Hello there friends, yesterday the first major update was released in CS2, which brought new features, new maps and updated subtick, but there seem to be several times more bugs and problems. As I promised in the last video, I collected all the most interesting things, all the reactions of pro players and various fails from the developers. I will show it all. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. So we shall quickly go through the update itself. As you may know, finally Valve brought something really cool to CS2. They added the new but old arms race mode. Just enough to play a couple of times, as they say, but I think it's a good warm-up mode. But the main thing for Valve and of course the community is that they added the new case. Both the AK-47 and the AWP are just gorgeous, and the new kukri knife looks decent, especially its animations. People say that these animations look just like in Standoff. I haven't played it, I don't know, so write in the comments below if there are any similarities, if you know it. Also, some streamers have already managed to drop the new knife from the new case, and their reaction, of course, is just top-notch.
Inside.
What the hell? What the hell? Oh my god!
This is all clear. Valve knows how to make catchy things, and you know, money will flow, just let the skins happen. The next thing they decided to do was fix the Zeus. By the way, in the case, Valve also added the first ever skin for it, so everything's logical. And apparently Valve wants it to be used a little more often than just for fun in matchmaking. Now Zeus is recharging. It takes 30 seconds, and at the end, when it's recharged, it makes a loud sound that your opponents can use to identify you. Doubtful, but okay. I'm not sure if this will make Zeus used more often, but it's an interesting update anyways. By the way, you can throw it out somewhere and in 30 seconds it will kill anyone passing by. It's a trap, as they say. Did I use it correctly? Gonna go B? Hey, wait, stop. Why did my ping jump so high? It's over 200. Why now? Oh my god. Finally, a worthy solution. So, lots of you have been asking me how I lower my ping and lose all the lags and network stutters. Gear Up Booster is a ping reducer and it works. A lot of pros are using it too, such as Asian Jeff, Miro, Tickle, Zan and others. So, it's totally not bannable. Bros, this is a complete game changer. How low could you go? The lowest ping I had with Gear Up was 27, and that's amazing considering my internet connection. Can you go lower than me though? Leave your ping number in the comments below to challenge me. From now on, Gear Up is my MMR saver and I'll be using it for sure. Anyways, one of the main changes in the update, in addition to subtick and smokes, are stickers. And here I think the community is as happy as possible. If previously you could only put stickers on weapons in certain places, now you can put them anywhere, like literally. Moreover, now you can apply 5 instead of 4. So now you can take 5 stickers and do whatever you want with your weapon. Naturally, the entire internet is already filled with various concepts, and stickers with letters N, G, G, F, and so on have more than doubled in price. On the one hand, it's cool, and on the other hand, it will be difficult to buy an adequate skin on the market that is not cluttered with some brilliant crafts from genius authors. I mean, stop it, get some help. But in general, it's the freedom for the community, so what can we do? And now, speaking of the main gameplay changes, we see updated smokes and the subtick. The smoke has become smoother or something thicker, so my RTX 4090 on max settings just suffocates when it sees several new smokes in one place. Here, the main thing that the developers wanted to do is to add more volume, like it has weight. In short, more realistic. And also now, light won't pass through smokes, so if you throw a grenade correctly, you won't have to shoot shadows on Ancient, for example. You just close the light source with a smoke and walk away. And now ninja diffuses are kinda nerfed, because it's a little less dangerous, you can see the model visible in the smokes. But naturally, when Valve tries to change something, everything else starts to break down. For example, now there are even more bugs, as always. Just watch this, how they use smokes. Imagine you decide safely peek a window on Mirage. And I saw a very large number of such moments on Twitter. Yes, today Valve released a new update and some problems were fixed, but not all of them. And pro players are really mad about this. But we will come back to the reactions a little later, because in addition to smokes, Valve also updated the subtick. I watched several data miners videos and they still can't exactly say what what has changed, but as Valve themselves write, they worked on the picking advantage, slightly changed the movements, and the game became more responsive. Perhaps this is true, but until this morning, if you had a non-English keyboard layout, you couldn't do anything. The game seems to stupidly not see your keys if it's not set to English. But anyways, they fixed this quickly. And for some reason, the doors are broken.
Sure.
They said they fixed this plug thing, no?
Or, for example, there's a gap on Ancient where you can see the entire B plant with AWP and shoot and remain unnoticed. Or this alt-tab bug, if you do everything quickly enough, you can peek through the corners.
Вернулись, развернулись, черная хуйня, да нажали А, вот. И вы на микросекунду видите, короче, вот такую вот картинку, но вы за стенкой все это время. Вот. И это можно обузить.
Users also found that Valve broke Nuke. Secret is now visible from heaven. It's certainly powerful. Let me remind you that the Katowice playoffs begin tomorrow with a new patch. Haha, so fun! Really nice! Good job! Anyways, well, now we'll talk about the picker's advantage. I personally didn't have time to play normally because my game crashes every 15 minutes or doesn't start at all. Yesterday I spent the whole day tinkering with Windows updates so that my weak 4090 could still digest it all. That's why the video was so delayed. But the main thing is, as some analysts say, that Valve nerfed Donk with this update. The young blood is using a simple tactic, run and gun, and even the best players in the world cannot stop him. It sounds like nonsense, but for example, Kenny still says that AWP was nerfed because of him. Like, he played too good with it and Valve decided to stop it. Yeah, okay, old man. And now, judging by the statistics of Donk at Katowice, there is logic in this move too. The young man himself talks about it.
Ебать, мы просто все хаешки выкинули.
Hold gap, guys.
И побежал. 20 кадров, но мне хватит.
Вот и все.
Короче, я понял, нет смысла играть в CS больше. Нет смысла больше играть в CS, меня занерфили.
Ты поставь 0.
Да у меня лоссы будут, давай
У меня
катайся
тоже
дальше.
0.
It's quite possible that we won't see the crazy cool Donk again. Valve fixed this beast and did it right before the Katowice playoffs. Surely it's pretty peculiar, but the boy himself isn't upset. He just played a couple of hours and seemed to have adjusted again.
Давай, да пойдем ебашиться. Чё, мы, блядь, страха нет.
Подойди ко мне.
Габ залез. Два габ убил.
Еще убил?
Да, да. Еще рампа погиб.
Да, молодец. Я с тобой.
Вот прекрасная игра. Хорошее обновление. Такое преимущество пика еще убрали. Я не знаю, это вообще, мне кажется, невозможно убрать, потому что subtick. Кажется, это невозможно. По крайней мере, то, что я играю, ну, типа, оно как и было, так и осталось. Если я выбегаю в чувов, я их убиваю. Все.
Иди сделай.
Все, нормально все.
Гап не вижу, да. Я пошел гап.
Вот так делаешь, оп. Все.
Выходи.
Один кон.
Когда не подлагивает,
Ой,
хорошо
да.
регистрирует. А что с дымами какие-то волнистые? Их так всегда было.
Он меня убил,
Не
да.
пойму. А он в тебя плотную встал, или он тебя поэтому
Конечно.
увидел? Это баги КС2.
Еще.
The funny thing about all this is that such a huge update comes out in the middle of the biggest tournament of the year, and RMR starts a week later, so I remind you. And ESL confirmed that the playoffs will be played on the new patch. I wouldn't be surprised if an update comes out soon, which will fix things and break new stuff. This makes pro players feel really bad. For example, here's what Hooksy wrote. Classic Valve to release a huge update a week before RMR in the middle of Katowice. I'm happy that something's happening towards fixing the game again, but come on, man. There's probably 10 new bugs in this patch and the smokes are totally terrible. Besides that, it just takes time to get used to such a big update. Thorin, for example, sees the other side of this, saying that if Donk fails in the playoffs, everyone will think not that he's just an inexperienced player who couldn't control his emotions on stage, but that's just the patch's fault. Or, for example, Shiro is unhappy. Just imagine people practicing for the championship and playing on one version, and then they get another version where the game mechanics and game tricks are changed. And and Nico asks the developers to fix smokes, while Monacy constantly bombards them with new bugs on Twitter. In general, the community is mostly mad there are too many changes right during the tournament. Teams simply don't have time to study all this and properly prepare for the opponents. But some people got in the other way around. For example, Kenny wrote that he was enjoying the update, while JDC overall liked the update. He says that only FPS drops are sad. And Siren is also delighted with the update. He says that the game has finally become close to CSGO. Friends, what do you think? Write in the comments below how you like the update, or you didn't like it at all. Let's discuss. By the way, let me note, it's funny that everyone asked for a new game, and when it came out, everyone wants it to be as similar to CSGO as possible. And personally for me, Bullets Rag feels better right now. Smokes also look pretty cool, but there are a lot of bugs, like really. Especially when it comes to game stability. Freezes, crashes, lags, and for some the game doesn't start at all. Before I installed all the driver updates and fixed my Windows, it just crashed after the CS2 logo. And during my matches, it crashed 2 times right in the middle of the round. And judging by the way my opponents also had their players dropped several times, I'm probably not the only one so lucky. Let's see how all these updates will affect Donk, Nico, Rain, and other players who love the aggressive style in CS2. Friends, have you already tried the update? What can you say? Has the game really become smoother, and does it register bullets better? Do you like the new skins and the new sticker system? Write your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And now to more interesting news. Boros said that he was actually asked to join Navi this summer. Apparently he could have ended up in the team instead of Ime. And Kassad also spoke on the last Free Nation podcast about how much Falcons players earn. By the way, the average salary in Falcons is $38,000. Does that seem right to you? That's completely destabilizing the freaking market right now. Players are asking for too much. Orgs cannot pay that much simply because they don't have that money. Heroic salaries are minimum of 30k on average. We had Falcons coming in with the millions from the Saudis. They spent $1 million on buying Sun Pius. I don't know how much they spent on Snoppy. Maiden was free. Boros was there, but I don't know how much they paid for Magisk. That's already ridiculously high. Then we had Heroic who got the money from Astralis. That's $1.9 million for Yabi and Staven. That's absolutely ridiculous and over the price. Let's go to Heroic. They got Kexon for 500k at least. That was the minimum. On top of that they got Nerds, which was 500k as well. Who else? They bought Nikodos from Prezi for some ridiculous money. My whole team is not what half is for Sun Pius, like clothes. My entire team value with salaries and everything for the full year. I'm not saying he's a bad oper, we're just talking about the market value of the player. I'm hearing all these numbers that Kassad says and I just can't believe it. There had never been such prices in CS before. $500,000 for Kexon, $1 million for Sun Pius, almost $2 million for Shiro. And just recently the entire Gambit team was bought by Cloud9 for $1 million and $1.5 million. And this is together with the coach and manager. So now the 600k for Monacy looks like the lowest possible price. Friends, what do you think? Are the transfer market prices fair now? Is $1 million for Sun Pius a fair price? I mean, he's a good player, but $1 million? Anyways, write your opinions in the comments below, let's discuss. And that's all from me, friends. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos, subscribe to the channel so as not to miss the new ones. The playoffs of Katowice will start very soon with a new patch, which means that cool matches and new surprises await. And of course, we will analyze all this in new videos. Well, I won't say goodbye for a long time. See you soon.